Well, thank you for watching this video. This video is brought to you by newquickbooks.com, newquickbooks.com. So it's our website, newquickbooks.com. And if you need QuickBooks Pro Advisor support, give us a call. And also check out our desktop blog. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to focus on how to enter credit card charges and payments in QuickBooks. So it's basically how to enter credit card transactions in QuickBooks. So my goal is at the end of this video, whether you have QuickBooks experience, accounting experience or knowledge, you will learn how to enter credit card charges and payments in QuickBooks. So let's get started. So I'm going to go to QuickBooks now. So when you have QuickBooks Desktop, so the screen will look something like this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to have a new account for credit card. Let's say you have a credit card and now you want to create an account in QuickBooks. So you go to chart of accounts first, see chart of accounts in here, or you can go to chart of accounts from here under the list menu, chart of accounts. Okay, so it will look like this. So you need to add new. So just to add new, you can just right click it, it will see new, or at the bottom you'll see account and then new. It's the same thing. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the types, and you want to select credit card. Okay, so when you select credit card, what does that mean? So it will create a liability account in QuickBooks. So this means when you use credit card, you owe that money to a credit card company, right? So it's a liability on your books. So let's click this one. Okay, so it looks like this. So account type is credit card. Let's say in this case it's Chase Visa card. So enter account name and description, you can use the same. Okay, so if it's a brand new card, you have never used it, you can just save and close. But if you have been using this card for a while and you have some opening balance, you can just enter it here. Just click enter opening balance. Let's say you have $500 opening balance before you started in QuickBooks. So you have to enter opening balance and just put the ending balance. So this is basically should be based on your credit card statement. Let's say the credit card statement you get is, let's say, August 31st. So if it's like in the middle of the month, credit card companies, they give you statement in of whatever. So you can select that and get that information from the credit card statement. Let's say in this case it's 31st, right? Okay, so then you click OK. So before I do that, so what will happen to this $500 in QuickBooks? I'm going to explain that to you in later. So I'm just going to click it. Okay, so what it's saying is in here, as of 8/31, you owe credit card $500. Okay, so that's your liability. So what happened to the other side? I'm going to show you. Okay, so what happens is I'm going to go in here. So here's the credit card. Now it's showing $500. I'm just going to click it. It will take you to credit card register. Okay, so $500. As you can see here, it went to opening balance equity. That's your equity account. So it created entry something like this. It's basically saying you owe your credit card company $500, right? And then the other side entry in QuickBooks always double entry, double side entry. So it's basically saying it's open balance equity account. So it's like part of your equity account. So same thing, if you have bank balance, let's say you have $2,000 bank balance, you want to open entry, opening balance entry, then it'll also go to the opening balance entry, just like this one in QuickBooks. Okay, so let's just go to the balance sheet now and see how it'll look in your balance sheet now. It's very important. So I'm just going to go to reports. As I said, end of this video, you will learn everything you need to know about how to enter credit card transactions. So just hang in there. So balance is standard. Okay. So as you can see here, this is your balance sheet. Go to balance sheet, reports, company and financial, balance sheet standard. Okay, so $500 credit card Chase Visa is right here, and then $500 it went in here as opening balance entry. So normally what happens is you will have you may have a Chase Visa credit card opening balance. You may also have a checking opening balance. You may have opening balance for some other things. So you will do the same opening balance entry, and everything goes in here. And once you are done with all the entries, then it's basically that becomes your equity, owner's equity type. So at some point, you may need to get help from your accountant, but it will just move from open balance equity to your owner's equity account. It's a proprietary type. Okay, so now you know the opening balance. Now let's start working on entering credit card transactions. Okay, so we're on home page screen here. You will see right here, enter credit card charges. Right here, enter credit card charges. You can go from here to see banking, enter credit card charges. It looks like this. There's a screen, right? And you go from here. It's the same thing. Enter credit card charges, right? Okay. So you have inter-credit card charges. As you can see here, it will show you owe $500. This is a credit card liability account. So it's $500. If there's a minus sign in here, so that means you have overpaid that account. So they owe you that money. Okay, so let's say you want to enter transactions now. Okay. So let's say you went and bought something from, let's say, I'm going to add a new one here. The vendor, you went to Best Buy and bought something. All right, so let's go Best Buy. Okay, so that's your vendor. It's a quick add. Okay, so let's say you bought some computer stuff. All right, so select computer stuff here. Let's say this is a $200 expense, right? Okay, so $200 in here. Okay. So if it is just like an overhead type, you just bought it and you need it for your business or office, whatever, then you don't do anything with the customer job or delayable stuff. So let's say you bought this specifically for your customer, or you want to track that expense to relate it to your customer. Now it comes to job cost stuff, product job cost stuff. Then you will select customer here and here. Let's say customer is ABC. Let's say you bought this specifically for this customer, billable or not. Then you track it. Then you can run job cost report. It says customer job. You go in here, reports, and they have all kinds of reports in here. See, like job item report in here, jobs. So you run like report like this. So if you don't care about that report, if it's just overhead stuff, you just buy it for your business, need to, then don't worry about that customer job stuff. Okay, so that's one way. All right. So let's say another way is you want to have job cost by items. Okay. So items, then you go to item. As you can see, the expenses type and items type here. So this is basically, it's all itemized product costing. So in here, in QuickBooks, whatever you bill, it's all itemized. See, item list here, part item list. Whenever you want to bill, create invoice or whatever, it says item in here. So you need all these items, right? So it's the same thing, but basically you're entering the cost side. So when you go in here, as you can see here, click another ones, anything in here. Let's say this guy in here. See, the moment you click this, it will give you double-sided transactions in here. So one side, if you don't click it, it's all the income side only, right? But if you click it, this will be income, and if you double click it, then this is where you enter expense side. Okay, so the moment you click this, and then you can use it in here and open my credit card transactions in here. Then you select item in here like this in here. So let's say there's $200 in here like this. Okay, so if you're doing job cost and it's you need it by item, by item profitability, that kind of stuff, we have a separate video for all those job costing stuff, but I'm just going to go basic stuff in here. So as you can see here, items, and if you are doing estimate and stuff, so this is, you know, all these reports in your job report, item reports, then you go to items in here. But in this case, if you're just gonna enter credit card charges, don't worry about it. Anything else, then this is it. You're done. So just save it. Okay. So now, if you go to credit card screen, used to owe $500, you added $200 expense, so now you owe $700. So let's go to that screen again. There's $900 in here. We also added that one, $200 in here. So we want to delete this one. Let's say this, we don't want to have expense and items. So let's say this is you don't need this one. This is just duplicate stuff. You made an error. So let's go to in here and delete line. So now it's this becomes $200 entry, and it's showing $400, right? So you can just recalculate, or you can just fix it here and save and close. Save and new, let's say. So now it's $700, right? Okay, so now you have one transaction, and let's say you bought another item. Let's say this time you went to Costco and you used your Visa and bought a bunch of stuff. Okay, there's your vendor. All right, so let's just say account in here. Let's say office supply, bought some office stuff, $200. Let's say $250. Okay, and the Costco receipt. Let's say you bought it for $400, and you bought something else. So here's your, now it comes to split in here. You're splitting your expenses. All right, so 250 is for office supplies, and let's say you bought one phone from there, telephone. Let's say that's $100, right? Okay, and let's say you bought $50 for something else. Say in here. All right, so cleaning stuff, janitorial expense, 50. This is for the example. So now this total is $400. So this is how you split your expenses to enter in your credit card charges. You know, so when you see the invoice or receipt, you will see only $400. But when you went to Costco, you bought a whole bunch of stuff, and you want to categorize and split the expenses. So this is how you do it, right? $400. So the moment you save this, you owe $1,100, right? So save it. All right, I'm gonna save and new. All right, so $1,100 now, right? Okay, so now you know how to enter credit card transactions, right? Okay, so what happens now? I'm just gonna go in here, backspace in here. Okay, well you decide to return this $100 telephone, right? Okay, so now $1,100. You went back to Costco and returned that telephone. All right, so what you need to do is see the purchase and refund. Just switch that radio button here. It's refund now. The screen looks a different color, right? And in here, you just select Costco in here, same thing. And now, you know, $100. That was the original account you used, right? So $100, you return it, and $100 will show as credit in your credit card statement. All right, so just save and new. So now it's $1,000, right? So how easy is that, huh? Okay, so now you decided this is it. Okay, so you want $1,000, and now I'm going to close this. Okay, so you received a credit card statement, and it's showing exactly the same, $1,000. You owe $1,000. Okay, all right. So now what you do, you want to make a payment, right? Write a check or debit card through online payment, whatever. Okay. So now you come to banking in here, right? All right. So let's say write a check. This is where you come. Banking, write a check. You can do that from here. The screen looks exactly the same, but this is the uh, writing check from your banking account. All right, so you can do that from here or write check in here. Exactly goes to the same place. Okay, so now you want to select vendor in here. So in this case, you're writing a check to your Chase Visa card account, right? So the payable could be slightly different. Let's just say it's a Chase Visa vendor. All right, so it's just a Chase Visa card. Okay, all right. It could be different, whatever, but let's just say that's that's where you pay. Okay, so now you want to pay, you can pay 1,000, or if you're making a partial payment, you can pay $500, minimum payment, whatever, right? So you just need to select account first. Okay, so what's the account you want to select in here? Expense account, bank account, credit card account. All right, the account you want to select is the credit card liability account. In this case, just come down here, see right here, Chase Visa card. So this is the account you want to select. So basically what will happen is it'll take the money out of your checking account, in this case bank account, or it could be if you have a savings, you select savings account, whatever account you're paying. So in this case, it's checking account. So use that account, and under expenses account, you select the credit card payable account, credit card liability, Chase Visa. So that's the one you want to select. So at this point, you can write $1,000. So that will be like a full payment, right? Or you can just say, if you're making partial payment, let's say $600, right? Okay, so you can just enter whatever amount you're paying. Okay, let's say in this case it's $600. So once you make the $600, you still owe them $400, right? All right, let's say I'm going to close this. So now if you go to credit card charges in here, you should see that $400 as balance, right? Okay, and you can also go to register, check register in here for that account. You can go from here, from chart of accounts. So this one in here. So you will see all the transactions right here. See all these things, right? See, you bought, this was the opening balance. You bought $200 from Best Buy, $400 from Costco, and then return one item, and then $600 is your payment, partial payment. Okay, so now, so at this point, it's all done. So what you need to do is you will need to, once you receive the statement, you will need to reconcile that account. Make sure you're saying $400 in your QuickBooks, but in your statement it could be something else. So you have to look at a statement and make sure this, whatever it says in statement, it does reconcile to your credit card account in QuickBooks, right? So you can just use reconcile credit card account right here. Say reconcile credit card. All you have to do is come here, right click, reconcile credit card account, right? This is one way, or you can do a couple of different ways. You can reconcile right here, reconcile, and just select account. You don't want to reconcile, you want to reconcile your credit card account. So in this case, it's right here, Chase Visa card, right? Okay, and ending balance is $400, right? Okay, and if they charge you finance charge, you can just enter it here, and then select the bank services charge account. So if you don't have bank services, just create a new one as expense, then you'll be fine. All right, so in this case, there's no finance charge, let's say, and continue it. So now the screen looks like this, and so what's this hide stuff? So if you're doing credit card statement reconciliation, let's say August 31st, and you're doing, let's say, in October, let's say, or November, you may have more transactions, right? So what you want to do is hide this, then you will show all the transactions as of August 31st. So if you don't hide it, it will show everything, all the transactions. So you don't want to do that. So you want to hide this. So it says hide transactions after statements end date. Okay, so at this point, all you have to do is just click all this. See right here, and the difference is 0. So it's just basically matching one side. On the right side is all your payments and the credit card credit you got when you return your product, right? And the left side all your charges. Okay, so difference has to be 0. So if it's not 0, don't try to force it. You know, if you want to come back later on, you can always leave at this point. If as if it's not 0, you can come back and reconcile this. That's okay, but don't try to force it and reconcile. Let's say like this, and don't click reconcile now. The difference $100. Then you go to some adjustment account, and then you run into some problems. All right, so and in here it's all it's marked here. So you have a bunch of items you want to mark all. You can mark all like this, or unmark all. See, it's like this, right? Like this, mark all. So basically, if you want to select all those, and if you want to uncheck it, you can do one at a time. You can sort it by day, or pay, or amount, whatever, right? So this is how you reconcile your bank account. Exactly the same. Okay, so now you also learn how to reconcile your bank account too. All right, so let's say the difference is 0, and I'm going to reconcile it. And it'll ask you, do you want to make a payment at this point? If you want to write a check. So in this case, we don't want to write a check. We just want to close this, or enter a bill for payment. Say because you owe $400, that's why it's asking, right? And you'll say enter bill for payment later. So it's done. And if you want to print it, you can print both, or it's basically you can don't have to actually print it. You can save it as PDF too if you want. That's the right thing to do. So you have to keep this in record. Next month, every month you have to do the reconciliation and either print it or save this as PDF. Okay, so that's it. Do it. So I think you learned hopefully how to enter credit card transactions in QuickBooks. Okay, so anyway, so visit our website. If you have any questions, you can always ask questions in here. So we get all kinds of questions from QuickBooks users. Ask a QuickBooks question in here. Just click that one, and it will take you to the right place, and someone will answer you. All right, and if you need consulting, then you can figure out what to do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.